You know, there is a difference between hustle and Mumbai hustle. And I'm here with Call Me Bae cast, and it also reminds me of Bay means Bombay, you know. When I'm talking about hustle, we all have gone through this. Mumbai hustle is another level. It's not normal hustle, right? I was just going through a few posts of people talking about what Mumbai hustle is really like, and you know, your character is from South Delhi. For coming in Mumbai and actually getting to see what real Mumbai is like, it is like maybe heartbreaking and shocking all at the same time for your character. But Ananya, let me start with you. Tell me, coming from a family who is already well known in the film industry in Mumbai, what was the shock of real life to you for the first time? What happened when you really thought, oh my God, this is adulting, or this is actually real life is?
Honestly, I'm just going to say as a woman, stepping out of your house is a hustle, honestly, doing that. So I think just like stepping out of my bubble and my comfort zone and actually going out there and working and putting yourself out there in front of so many people was quite a hustle. But as a girl, I think everyone would agree, daily you're hustling outside to even step out of your house. So yeah.
What about you girls?
So I am from South Delhi and I came to Mumbai.
There you go.
So my drama school used to be in south of Bombay, and I was living in Andheri at that point. So every morning I used to take the local, and in the beginning I used to keep the ticket in my hand because I was like, "Arey TT aayega, check karne," and I would smile at everyone, and then slowly elbows came at me and bags came at me, and then that toughens you up. I feel like if you just go through the local a little bit, you know how to like hold your ground. So I guess the local was like a big
But
moment.
that's also so sad, no, that it's so normal for us girls to being elbowed and
I think
in a
for
local
everyone,
train.
the locals for
there's not a
everyone
single
right
person,
now is just like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. People
Yeah.
are dying.
What about you, Lisa?
I think language for me, because I moved here and I didn't speak Hindi. So just having to learn a completely new language was the big like hustle. Because even when I was singing in Hindi, I didn't know what I was singing. So I was like, "Acha to lag raha hai." Very nice. And then I was like, "Oh, I should probably learn these words."
Okay, boys, tell me, what about you guys?
I came here when I was like 21 years old, and I had made very clear to my parents that I'll not take any money from them. So for me, struggle was living on that MTV salary, which wasn't great. Paying rent and still like figuring out what I have to do in life with the amount of money that I had. So I think that was a struggle. And also like the smaller houses, because even I'm from Delhi.
Yes. Oh
And
my
you're
God.
also like 7 feet tall.
Everything is small for you.
It wasn't working very well for me.
But yes, rent is like, guys, oh my God, that's a huge hustle
No,
for Mumbai.
rent is big, house is small.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know, right? What about you?
I think same as everyone else. I think growing up is a big thing, and going from your sheltered teens. I grew up in Bombay, but I'm also working in Bombay. So growing up from my sheltered teens to now being an adult, fending for yourself, having a adult relationship with your parents, with your romantic relationships, with your cousins, and just making sure your life is in order is a thing that requires a lot of energy, and like it takes a lot of effort, and it's fulfilling when it happens. But all these factors come together when you're like, when you cannot possibly say you're a child anymore. Like I think post 21, you're kind of like, I'm an adult. I got to handle this stuff, you know.
Do you guys enjoy being an adult? I don't.
I do, I really love it.
I like it.
I love that you can
Nice.
Okay. Reach my age, then we will talk.
No one can tell me what time to sleep.
That's true.
I just
But I
stay
just
awake.
always want to sleep. Like I miss all the naps I avoided as a kid. I'm like,
Except the production house.
I do production house.
Get up.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I came to Bombay when I was 18, so it was very early on in life I realized that if I don't hustle, then there's nothing. Yeah. So, and my family was here and they were hustling equally hard or more. So, no matter how much I was doing, there was always another person in the house who was doing more. So, I think that sort of put the reality in check and kept it intact for a long time. So, I think it's great. It's great until you can do it and you enjoy it. And I guess this is the age to hustle, and eventually there'll be a time when we can sort of ease our brakes. But yeah.
Paise kama lo bhai. Uski baad you can relax. Okay, coming to the filmmaker, Colin, tell me, you know, already trailer is out. There are a lot of comparisons happening. You know, what is your reaction? Have you read the reviews?
No, actually, I haven't. I haven't, but my phone has been.
All of these people have, huh?
Yeah, but they've been on their phone. No, but I mean, I don't know the comparisons, honestly, that have been happening. So I've been getting a lot of congratulatory messages and calls, which I still have to reply to. But you know, I am just excited that it's out because speaking about hustle, my hustle has been within the industry. Like from an assistant to being a filmmaker, that's the biggest hustle that we have to prove ourselves. A long time. I mean, I started off in 2010 as an assistant. So to have something out now is, whatever the comparisons are, I'm very proud of the show. So, you know, yeah.
He has the best sort of climbing up the ladder stories where he's sort of seen the world in film and like getting here, it's incredible.
Colin's worked with everyone.
And that helps, no? Colin has worked for everybody, but that helps. That really helps as an actors also, like, you know, when you have a director like this who is constantly telling you that he has been there, done that, and now it's your turn.
But he's not constantly telling you,
like, no, you know
only
it.
when you,
He doesn't have to tell you.
Yeah, but only when you mine that information out of him, you realize that this man has really, really worked hard to be where he
Otherwise,
is.
he's very like happy and
He's very
positive.
unassuming
Yeah.
and very like light-handed, which is really lovely.
What is that? वो हंसी के पीछे क्या गम छुपा है?
बुलाओ मत मुझे।
He's not let it reach us.
Copyright. Okay, Ananya, you know, when you were shooting the film and you came shooting the show, of course, shooting the show, when you heard about your character, did you think that I can relate to her, or do you think that I can't relate to her? What was your reaction to it?
I mean, every time I do a new character, there's always first things that I see that what can I relate to, and then I note those down and those things down and what I can't relate to, and that's the joy in acting, you know, finding both of that, finding the similarities and the differences. There was a lot that I could relate with her when it comes to, you know, people think something of her, but she's completely different, always, you know, trying to be perfect, that very loud, unfiltered personality that I could relate to. And then I couldn't relate to the pressure that she felt, like at a very young age. She was only supposed to get married and she had a very different life from her brother, which my father didn't ever let me feel that way at home. So there were both of those, and there was just the joy in finding myself between those things.
Let's talk about social media, you know. When you are doing something like this, there is always, people are very easy to judge people who are privileged, okay? And when you have a film like this coming out, have you thought of it that you guys can be a target on social media? They're looking at you because you're the main character, but
no, but I think it's something we also kind of are acknowledging and owning up to. Like, even if you see all of our trailer and even the thing that Karan and I shot together, we make fun of that, and we're kind of just putting it out there because we know people are going to say that at the end of the day, but now we're hoping people look beyond that. And it's not something to take that seriously also. It's not something like we're fighting for some mudda or some rights. It's something you're just supposed to have fun and watch and enjoy and feel light and good. And if you take away something from that, then it's a big win.
Are you talking about in reaction to this show particularly, or just in general?
just in general.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't happened to me as yet. I mean, like once or twice you get like certain DMs that you wish you never read. But honestly, I feel like she's dealt with so much more and she's dealt with it so coolly. And sometimes I do wonder whether if I was in her place, I would be able to take all of that. I don't know, I don't think so. But yeah, thankfully I haven't had to deal with it.
You know, the show also deals with love and heartbreak. Tell me, each one of you, how all of us have gone through the phase of heartbreaks. So tell me how. You have not?
No, but I don't know that I'm ready to share.
Sounds like how much time do we have?
But tell me quickly, because we are so many of us, quickly tell me, how did you, that intense heartbreak, pehla heartbreak jo aaya, tell me about that. Maybe how did you deal with it? Not with whom, but how did you deal with it?
Yeah, I think my escape was basketball. It happened in school, and like that girl was 4 or 5 years older to me. So I was like, I'm going to play for Delhi, and then I'm going to be like a professional baller, and then she's going to look at me and be like, I wish I could be with him. And then I'm going to say no.
It didn't happen.
No, it didn't. She didn't give 2 shits.
But you did become a professional.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
But she didn't give 2 shits, so she got married eventually. Yeah.
Smart girl. Okay. Okay.
Let's talk about
Me,
your love life.
excuse me. My
They're having their own.
I know they're having their own this thing. I was just saying that my heartbreak is very dharma coded. It's like it's always ek tarfa pyar, so doesn't matter. There's no, and I've clearly not become a basketball player, so it doesn't help.
Ek tarfa, what about you?
Oh, mine are just. Please listen to my latest album. Sorry, I'm late. Every song is about heartbreak.
So how do you deal with it? How have you dealt with
Makes
it?
music.
Make music out of all, and even like for this series, the song that we have in the series that I've composed comes from a very similar place of longing and wishing you could be with somebody. So these are like fairly very strong themes in my life.
You all are very productive, I must say, when you're heartbroken. I've not done any of these things. I like cry, I eat ice cream, watch sad movies, talk to my friends, then I get over it.
Yeah, some of us become that
That's quick.
No, I do everything. I go through the beats and then I get over it. You don't have a choice in life. You have to like move on. Yeah.
Move on. What about you?
Oh, I listen to a lot of like John Mayer, Pratik Kuhad, and like
Music.
really like cry. And then when my friends are tired of it, I go to the bathroom, lock myself, and then cry a lot there. And then tears don't come. And then eventually like really work out, and like wash a lot of
That's
dishes
revenge
for some
body.
reason.
Yeah.
Very productive. Amazing.
I really like glow up. Yeah,
Yeah.
a breakup is like the best for a glow up, honestly.
It's good motivation.
It feels like I find myself again and like find out what my life is without this person, and that's always very exciting.
Because, a breakup always has some like physical pain here sometimes. Like you feel that weird thing in your chest.
The heartbreak.
Yeah. It does. I don't know if it's just
Heart attack?
No, it's not interesting, Bobby.
Wait, is it physical pain?
No, don't you guys?
Yeah, it's like a weight on your chest.
I have a problem. Should I go to my cardiologist?
वो आपने ए दिल में मुश्किल में देखा.
I don't know. For me, it was
So it's like I'm sitting alone in my room. I'm like, this is horrible, and I can't do anything about it. So I might as well do something about it. I'm going to go crazy thinking about it. So I just like I go and I talk to my friends. So I go to the gym and I come back and then I have like 4 more hours in a day. I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible. I just go and scroll online.
So I have a story about him because I met
Stalk
him
that person.
a few months ago. I met
No
him in
stalking.
Soho.
I
and
mute
What are
them.
you going to say, Amish?
Let's go, let's go.
So he was
I'm
working out
excited.
and he was having a bit of a scene with someone, and so 3 hours I've been at the gym, and this man's like still hasn't texted. I don't know, bro. I don't know what to do. Like I can't.
But
And-
did you all know each other? He's telling
Yeah,
you.
yeah. This is around
Go
the
up to
shoot only.
strangers in the gym.
3 hours he was just like, कि message ही नहीं किया कि she doesn't care or what. I was like, bro, relax.
I think just like throw your phone. Like during a breakup, the best
You need to
advice
throw
would
your
be
phone for
just
sure.
like really throw your phone. in the sea.
You remember you told me?
Guys,
You remember?
Let it be. See what? Nothing will happen. Oh god. Come.
You found the most ADHD group of
Yeah, we all conversation.
You're all talking to each other, but you remember you told me your sister had given you this advice?
Yeah.
Tell them.
Did you
Did
tell
you tell
them?
them?
Guys, guess
Guys,
what?
guess
Guess
what?
what, Raisa, my younger sister told me that if you really want to text your partner who you're fighting with something, then change my sister's name on my phone into the boyfriend's name, and I can send her all of the hate messages. And I feel like I've gotten it out of my system without actually saying some shit to the boy.
I don't think my sister would appreciate it.
My sister would be concerned
My
for
sister
my
just wants
love
to know
life.
the gossips. I think she's just like,
She found her way to get
yeah,
it.
she found a way to find out what's happening.
She's like, Didi, I'll help you.
But yes, that was a great advice
Yeah.
from a younger sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We have to end this interview. My last question, we see in this show that, she's getting into a space where she's starting work and she now needs a job. In our country right now, safety for women in a workspace has been a major issue and everybody's talking about it. So I just wanted to ask, as women, what do you think about it? And as men, what you should do to make women feel safe?
I'd like to start with them. I'm curious what the boys have to say on this.
I feel there's a personal space that a woman has, respect that. There's a certain way of talking to a stranger, man or woman, respect that boundary. And just remember कि अगर तुम्हारी बहन होती वहाँ पर, तो तुम कैसे behave करते, या तुम्हारी माँ होती.
I think a lot of it could also be, to add to Varun, like a lot of it is it's very important for men to call out other men and to be like, hey, what you said or what you did was not right, or ethically, whatever. Because a lot of the times what happens is within power dynamics, there's an in-group and an out-group. Within in-groups, people tend to believe that whatever they say in the in-group is safe and secure, and whatever the out-group says doesn't really have to matter. But I think if we do our part as men, then change can happen at a more accelerated pace for sure.
Absolutely.
And to add to that, I think we're also, as men, because the conditioning is such that everything's okay for a lot of people, so we also are the enablers at a lot of times, like in our groups and all that stuff, and like voice chats, like you will, if we look at any of our phones, we'll find multiple things that are questionable, not literally questionable, but like just as cause normal, I guess. And also I feel like it's more than talking about it, I think it should start in an education phase, because we steer away from sex education and talking openly about a lot of these issues that because actually these are things to be taught to kids while they're growing up, because otherwise their brains are made up and men think that they own the world and women have to like sort of follow. So I think that's where the conversation should begin.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we grew up in a very patriarchal society, and I think sensitization has to begin at a much younger age. But I think at the age that we are as working professionals, it's important to create safe environments for women. I mean, we strive to do that on film sets, especially on a show like this, which has has so many women leads, and you cannot encourage boys' locker room talk or passing of comments. And if you're in a position of power, like if I am the director, I will ensure that I can stop someone from saying that. Like, you cannot pass a comment on another actor or a crew member, or this thing. It's about that, and it's high time we do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think all three of us have been really vocal this week on our respective social medias. I think the woman's burden is that every day when you leave the house, unfortunately, you are a victim of some degree of the patriarchy at all times. So it's our lot in life, unfortunately, to deal with this all the time, every day. But if I step back and recognize the amount of power and the position that I'm in life to at least get my messaging right and use my social media and my public formats to, send the correct message, then I'm doing my part. Because I think we're well beyond asking women to do anything at this point. And I think that's where a lot of us have felt, the collective exhaustion of this country is women are just tired. And rather than tone policing us, policing our bodies, our workspaces, tell men to do better. It's high time we have expectations of men and not women anymore.
I agree.
But if I can tie it back into Call Me Bae, the messaging of the show strongly has to do with this topic. So I encourage people, obviously, to have a good time watching this. It is a fun, bingeable, frivolous watch, but the tone and the messaging of the show is centered around this. So if, I hope everyone can take away, and I know Ishita and Colin and everybody involved at the top of this show wants that little piece to go with the viewer, that we can all do right by women, and we should be doing better by women at this point.
There's actually a really lovely moment. I don't know whether this is a spoiler, but there's a lovely moment in the end where the girls are sort of hugging each other, and Harleen joins, and then the boys are just standing on the side, and we're just like, what are you guys doing? They're like, no, you're doing your behind coat thing. And they're like, and we were like, no, of course you're a part of this. And I feel like we need to now, I think there's such confusion about what feminism is.
Yes.
It's
not
considered to
one
be
against the other.
considered to be like a man versus
bashing,
women, or
yeah,
like
yeah,
that women issues are only concerning women.
But it's a
but
human
it's
issue.
not
Yeah.
And I think, to your point, we've seen a lot of that incredible support from our friends, and you heard it just now
Yeah.
from everybody in our
Yeah.
cast. The more we have, men coming together and wanting to be part of this movement, we can hopefully not have a movement about it soon. Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with you guys. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
And addressing this issue also. It was so important. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much for your questions.